What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today I have a new mic. But that's not important. That's not why you're here. Today we're talking about some cities that I think we should see in Scarlet and Violet, and because they're found in real-world Spain and Portugal, I think we have a decent chance at seeing these cities. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. So the first city that we're going to talk about is one that has a very, very solid chance at appearing in these games, and that is Pamplona. Now, the thing about Pamplona, the thing that it's most well known for, it really is just a beautiful city that would be really cool to see. But the thing it's most known for is its running of the bulls. If you've watched anything relating to Spain, I'm sure you know about the running of the bulls. The bull is actually a national animal of Spain, and part of that is because of the bullfighting and the running of the bulls that take place in Pamplona. Now, I think that it would be great to have this kind of represented in this city in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So you have a Pamplona-based city, and you do something to reference the running of the bulls. If it's like a small cutscene, even when you first get there, where there's like a running of the Tauros or whatever, even if Tauros doesn't receive a new variant in these games, or if they make another bull Pokemon, they can use that too. I just think that this is such a iconic part of Spain's culture that it absolutely has to be represented in these games, and I think there's a pretty large chance that they will. I'm super excited about the way that it could be represented this festival, the running of the bulls. If you have ideas for how they could represent it, let me know in the comments below. So far, I'm thinking similar to how they actually did back in the Johto portion of the anime. They did a running of the Tauros that like culminated in a Tauros tournament that Ash actually entered with his Tauros and won. And maybe they could do something like that. That would be a nice little nod to the anime too, even though that town was actually in Johto, despite being inspired by Pamplona. But I just think it would be really cool to see. Our next city that I would absolutely love to see is Valencia, Spain. And that is another one that I think has a decent chance at getting represented in these games. Valencia is a very big city in Spain, and it's a pretty well-known city in Spain. Usually, if you can name 3 cities in Spain, they are Madrid, Barcelona, and Valencia. So, you know, like I said, pretty decent chance it gets represented, but specifically what I want represented here is La Oceanographic, which is the aquarium at Valencia, Spain, and it is actually a giant aquarium. It almost kind of looks like Sydney's Opera House, which would be a fun little troll to all of us who thought Australia would be Gen 9, but it's a really big aquarium, and in fact, it is actually the largest aquarium in Europe, so I think it would be really nice to have that reference in a Pokemon game. I also think it would be really cool to see a true aquarium in a Pokemon game. We did technically get the Ambrid Aquarium back in Pokemon X and Y, but let's be honest, that wasn't that great. It wasn't impressive. I want something like the Ambrid Aquarium in the anime, where you actually could walk up to the glass and like Ash, Bonnie, Clement, and Serena were able to see Gorobis and Corsola and Piplup and other aquatic animals in the aquarium. I want something like that in the real games. I want to walk up to a tank and be able to see Mantines floating around, a lot like the marine tunnel from Black and White 2. I think that would be really cool, and I think it would also be really neat if they made a gym leader to be a curator of this aquarium, and so you battle him. He's obviously going to be a water type gym leader, and the battle stadium, because they've become much more immersive in later games, would be with the tanks of Pokemon swimming behind you. I think that would be an awesome battlefield, and if they let you use the gym battlefields in Wi-Fi battles like they did in Sword and Shield, then that would be all the better. That would be really cool to see. That would be an amazing battlefield. And I just think that that would be the perfect place to give us something that we've never seen in a Pokemon game, at least to this extent, as well as giving us a really cool and memorable gym, and frankly, a really cool and memorable city. Now, to briefly move out of Spain and into Portugal, one place I would absolutely love to see is Peniche, Portugal. I do want to apologize. Should have said this at the beginning of the video. Decent chance I butcher some of these names. But Peniche, Portugal is this beautiful coastal town, and it has these cliffs around it and little bridges that connect to the cliffs, and people go out there and fish off the cliffs. And it's gorgeous. It's stunning, and I really like this vibe. I want more small coastal towns in Pokemon game. I think they have a lot of charm, and I really love to see them instead of big coastal cities like Coumarine City. I want to see more small town coastal cities like Ambrit Town. And I think that Peniche, Portugal would be a great spot for this. I think this would be a really cool area to, while you're exploring the open world, stop, look at the beautiful sights in Scarlet and Violet, the beautiful cliffs in the ocean, and maybe catch a few Pokemon off of these bridges. Now, to move back into Spain, but still stay on that gorgeous Iberian coast, we have Las Palmas. And Las Palmas is just a gorgeous city. I love this. This is a more big city. It's right on the coast, and you can see the houses are kind of all stacked on top of each other. They're very clustered, and I think that would be a really neat vibe, similar to how Stow-on-Side was a very different vibe and stood out from the other cities and towns in Galar. I think that the Las Palmas city would do the same thing as well. They're stunning. I love them so much. I think that just all the colors are very, honestly, Spanish. When I think of Spain, I think of all these vibrant colors and this just beautiful atmosphere. Like it's like all of their cities are a painting, and I think that's greatly represented here. And I think that'd just be so neat to see, because not only would it really make this region so colorful, which seems to be a theme in these games, especially since the name of these games, Scarlet and Violet, are actually two colors on the opposite ends of the rainbow, but it also would be really cool to see, just because this is Pokemon's first open world game, and the graphics are just this giant leap from what we've seen before. They're a little similar to Legends Arceus, but they're even still better than that. And so seeing GameFreak take these cities and let them be a canvas, just like Spain does with their cities, would just be really neat, and I'd absolutely love to see it. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are some cities I would love to see from Spain and Portugal in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which are obviously set in those areas. Let me know what you think. Let me know which of these is your favorite, and what cities or towns you'd like to see from these areas as well in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, because we do talk about all things Pokemon on this channel. That does, of course, include Scarlet and Violet. Until next time, I will see all of you later.